Hi guys, Isabella here again, and today I am back in Abu Dhabi and I'm feeling pretty much as myself again. Thankful for that. The last few weeks has been so hectic. I've been like living around in different hotels in Sweden and the weather sucked and I had this massive cold, but now finally I think my life starts to work normally again. So today there's actually just me and my computer where I have all the questions, and I'm so sorry for the delay. I know I was asking the first questions about like more than 1 month ago, but I couldn't answer those questions because most of them were about me and Mr. T and if we were married or not, and I wanted to keep that a secret until now. So let's do this. But before we're going to jump into all these questions, I just have to say that in collaboration with Boohoo.com, they have this massive sellout right now and a lot of discounts. For example, this set is from Boohoo, so click in the link down here and see if you find something for yourself. Let's do this. So the first question is, what do you do for a living? And that depends on actually, because I am doing a lot of different things, and that's how my life always been like, I guess. But right here, right now, what I do for a living is actually my Instagram most of the time and my YouTube channel. And I'm so thankful for having the opportunity to work with that type of fun job. So thank you for that. Otherwise, I'm doing some modeling jobs sometimes, not that very often. Well, I don't have any agency or something. I'm mostly booked just because like I have an Instagram account and some company might find me there. So that's what I do for now. And I'm also an aspiring entrepreneur. I actually started a media company 1 year ago. Didn't turn out that well with my business partner, so I sold that part to her like 2 months ago now. And now I'm starting a new media company with 2 awesome guys. One of them is like my best friend. His name is Felix. He's been working on Universal Music for like 6-7 years, so that's a lot. And he's actually pretty young like me, so that's awesome. And the other one is still like a secret, but he's been doing some great stuff in marketing. So hopefully everything will turn out well, and I'm trying to do my part from Abu Dhabi for now, and then we'll see how we can like grow this company, maybe international. And then I've got a lot of questions about me and Mr. T's future. And it's mostly about like if we are going to live in Abu Dhabi forever, or if we plan to go back to Sweden or maybe Germany or Denmark. And for now, we don't actually have any specific plans. I know that Toby really loves Copenhagen and I start to enjoy it as well. So maybe in the future, someday, Copenhagen. I think we'll make a pit stop in Sweden for a while too. But nothing is decided yet. For now, both of us really enjoy living in Abu Dhabi. And everything works out fine, so for now that's all we know. And then there's some questions about my thoughts about climate change. Usually I think this is such a tough question that I almost don't even dare to answer to, but I will promise to be honest with you guys, and I will really try to answer my best to all of your questions. The climate changes really freaks me out. For myself, I think I'm not doing enough, especially not since I'm traveling a lot, even more since I met Toby. I mean, like having a distance relationship from Abu Dhabi to Sweden, that's that's a far distance. So what we tried to do was like, if he was having like a business trip to London, then I would just travel to London and we would see each other there instead of me flying to Abu Dhabi. Really trying to do at least something, but I know that I am not doing enough at all. Eating more vegetarian food, yeah, you know, just small stuff in my daily life that I try to do. Hopefully I will get even better with that next year, or actually this year. Okay, so this is a nice question as well. I love to answer it, and it's about me and Mr. T again. How did you and T meet again after your breakup? Did you run into each other or did you call? So here comes the long story in a short format. We actually met like about 3 years ago at a nightclub when I was on my way home, and he just stopped me like, hi. Can I get your number? No. Because I was so tired of all the men, and he was like, oh, why not? And I just stared at him like, okay, give me your phone. And I got his phone, and I think he just turned around, started talking to his friends or something. I just typed in my number. I don't even remember if I like said my name or if I wrote down my name or anything, but he got my number. I didn't say goodbye or anything. I just left his phone there. And then I thought like, okay, so if this guy is a total douchebag, then he won't probably remember that I even gave him my number yesterday. And if he is serious with this, he might call me. So the other day I was like laying at home in my sofa, and then Toby texted me like, hi, it's Tobias from last night. And I was so tired of guys, so I kind of didn't answer because I didn't even like remember him or how he looked like. And then he called me. I was like, what type of guy calls you? That's nothing that happens in Sweden. So I picked up like, hi, and he said, hi, it's Tobias from last night. And anyhow, after a while I was very skeptic, because I was like, I'm never seeing a guy again. Then he said, should we go out for drinks tomorrow or something? And I said, yeah, why not? New year, new me, let's do it. It was that time, like, when I arrived there, first I thought like, wow, he's hot. We ended up sitting there talking for hours. We tried to talk English. I wasn't that good at it. He was super good. And then after all those drinks, I remember he was like, oh, okay, so should I order you a cab home? And I just brought my phone up like, just order it. And then a few days afterwards, we were going on a dinner date, and that's when I realized like, shit, this guy is everything I ever imagined of having in my life. He's like super smart, so hot. But then my ex and I started talking a bit, and I was like, oh, what should I do? I've only met Tobias for 2 times, maybe he's an asshole. My ex kind of like freaked out, and he was like, no, you are my girlfriend. And I was like in a complete shock. I was like, okay. So I kind of ended up with him, but I was still thinking about like, did I make the right decision, or you know. Toby was still so kind and nice, and he was like, okay, no worries, if you ever get second thoughts, then just call me. Still a gentleman. So then I ended up with my ex for a few years, still bumped into Toby even now and then, and I always kind of thought about, you know, the idea of what if I had not gone together with my ex, but instead like continuing dating Toby, what would have happened? After those like 2.5, 3 years with my ex, I was like so tired of relationships in general, because everything was just a struggle all in time. Fighted a lot about pretty much everything. So there I were, just cancelled a wedding with my ex, and I was staying at a hotel room. I was like living my life. I was single. I was so happy again. Like, it was like I was on drugs or something. I was just so happy all the time. I felt free. I enjoyed life. And there he were again, Mr. T. And he just texted me like a waving hand. And I remember walking out of my old apartment, like just got my stuff, was on my way to my new apartment, and I just opened my phone, boom, Mr. T. Oh, not again. I was like, okay, I cannot ignore this. It feels like a sign. I really, really, really love being single. I don't want to see anyone in like 5 years at least. But then he was like, so hi, I'm in Stockholm. Should we go for like a drink? And I said, yeah, let's do it. You can like pick me up outside my hotel or like meet you in the lobby here. And said, yeah, right. Where do you live? And I said, at the Nobis. No way, that's where I'm staying. So both of us were staying at the same hotel, and then we went out for a date, and I was like so nervous. I remember I was seeing a few guys on like quick dates or just like a walk or something, just to have fun. And I just felt like a total bitch, like a diva. I could do everything. But then I met Toby again, like boom. I was so nervous. I think he was in Stockholm with a lot of friends. He ended up hanging out with me like the whole weekend instead. And after that I was like, shit, still very, very good. He's like even better after 3 years. But he didn't live in Stockholm anymore. He moved to Abu Dhabi like 1 year ago. So I was like, okay, this was a blast. Maybe it won't be anything more than this. Just enjoy being alone. And then he called me, and then we like talked every day. Shit, what if this gets serious? That was not the plan at all, but at the same time I can't let a guy like that slip through my hands. And then he called me like, okay Bella, so I gotta see you again. I have some days off in like 2 weeks. Do you want to meet me in Barcelona for 7 days? And we had barely kissed each other. I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then we just like laughed, because 7 days, that's a very, very long like first date, right? Living together and everything, that was just crazy, but it felt so right. So I was like, yeah, I gotta do it. I went, and we saw each other in London a few times, like 2 times I guess. And even like in Barcelona, he was like, so my friends just texted me that I should lock you down. And I was like, dee, 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 dee. And then the second time in London, we were on our way to the airport together, and then we simply much had the talk like, okay, so what do you want to be? And then I just said, what do you want to be? And he said, okay, I can't stop thinking of you, and I'm not thinking about anyone else. I just want to be with you, and I want you to be my girlfriend. And I just laughed there like, okay. And then we were a couple. Still no drama. We've been together for over 7 months now. It still feels like the best honeymoon ever. It works out very well, and now we're married. I guess there will be some questions about that too, so I'm just jumping at it. A simple question: how old are you? I am 23. I'm born in 96. I'm an Aquarius, and I am born 30 of January. How is life in Abu Dhabi compared to Sweden? Whoa, you need a book for this. Like, there's so many differences. So first of all, as you can see, the light is awesome. It's winter here. Weather here is awesome, especially now during winter. I think it's only about like 25 degrees right now, so it's like Swedish summer. And the other thing is like there's such a great service wherever you go. In Sweden, it feels like you can be in a 5-star hotel and people will like still treat you like shit. But here you can be pretty much everywhere and everyone is so nice and really takes care of you, so that's great. I feel that people here dress more properly, yeah, like how I like to dress, for example. So that's great too. Abu Dhabi feels a lot like LA in very many ways. Far distance to every places you want to go to, so you can't just go out on the street and walk. You have to like take a cab or your car to the next place, which you not have to do in Stockholm or Sweden. At least in Stockholm you can pretty much go everywhere if you're in town. And then also in Sweden the town is like outside, so that can be pretty like cozy and nice. While here you don't have like the city in the same type of way, but you have gallerias and malls. Besides that, I think in Stockholm and in Sweden everything is just like so cozy, and it's like, yeah, we don't want to brag about anything. It's very like free-spirited and everything, and here everything is just like boom, boom, boom. We don't get an island, then we'll fix an island here. So I like that mentality here, because that's how I think most of the time. Like I don't see any problems, and I think that like Abu Dhabi and Dubai is like the proof of that type of thinking. Like they make impossible things possible. Where do you two live? A lot of guys are sometimes mixing this up with Dubai, and we're not living in Dubai, we're living in Abu Dhabi, which is the capital of United Arab Emirates. It's about 1.5 hours from Dubai, and we're living at a little island, a small island on Abu Dhabi, at like a hotel. The apartment is like part of a hotel. What business do you run? I won't tell you the name of the company yet, since it's still like in progress and in process with Swedish taxes and everything. But we are simply much helping companies with their own social media channels. And it could also be helping them with like buying Facebook ads or a traditional digital marketing. It could be helping them to like develop a new idea of marketing your brand, or helping you with your strategies like content production. So simply much it's the new digital marketing stuff that will help you with. Have you done Botox? Can you recommend it? I'm a bit scared. If you're a newbie on Botox, then I just have to teach you some stuff. Botox only lasts for about 3 months or something. 4 months or 5 months since I did it now. And before that I used to do it here as well on my cheeks. Now I just did like on 3 spots here and some little here. I can still move my face a lot, as you might see. So it's time again. But yes, I've done it. What I would recommend is to read everything about it that you can, like learn everything about how it works and where you want to put Botox in. Here, then your eyebrows will lift up here and you'll look like a witch. So there's a lot to learn about it, and I think it's easier if you just like Google everything that you want to know. How can you have such a great skin? What type of treatments do you do? I try to drink a lot of water, that helped me a lot, and I try to change the bed sheet. Try to do it at least. Your pillowcase, it should be changed every 3rd day actually, if you really want to have great skin. I would say invest in two things: super good makeup remover and cleanser for your face, and some day care or an eye cream. Actually, I'm using the creams from Sisley. I know they're expensive, but if you want to have great skin, it's so worth every penny.